Hello Southies, welcome back to the channel. My name is Cece and today you're watching part 3 of my budget-friendly limited pack speed build series. The name is really coming along. So in this series I will simply be making starter houses using the money that is given to me by the family that I create in CAF and the pack of which the world I'm building in. So I'm building in Oasis Springs, which is base game, so I'm only going to be using base game. And I've already done 2 other houses, one in Newcrest and one in Willow Creek. They are on the gallery, available for download, and you can watch those speed builds. They will be in the description box below. But yes, this world, I actually did build a budget-friendly home for this series on my Twitch stream about a week or so ago, and I hated it, so I scrapped it. But you can go to my second channel, 25th and Live, to watch it if you want to see it. But yeah, I scrapped it because in the end, it really wasn't my style and really wasn't something that I would live in. And I tried to make my builds houses that I would actually live in, even if they're not necessarily my vibe. Like, I want to be able to say I could see myself living here. And I can totally see myself living in this build. I could totally see myself living in a world like Oasis Springs. I love the desert. I've been to Arizona a couple of times, and I've been through New Mexico, and those, number one, the views, the mountains, the dry heat, the beautiful dry heat. If you live in the southern United States or you live in a really humid place, you will understand how the summers are miserable, mostly because not only are you hot, but you are wet. Everywhere you go, you can't move because you will start to sweat because of the humidity. Well, in place like where they get dry heat, like the desert, there's no humidity. Now you have to drink a lot of water so that you don't fry from the inside, but oh my gosh, it's so amazing. But anyway, I digress. As you can see, the build is coming together, and I wanted it to have a very simple, basic design with a little bit of a cool architectural feature. So right now it's just like a box with a flat roof. I think that that is something you could definitely see in a desert town. But the sort of architectural detail will be this wall of windows that I'm about to put on this exterior wall that faces the backyard area. And the family that I made this for, I will throw up some photos of them. They're a young couple with a little toddler, and the dad, I believe, is a computer whiz, so I think I have him in the tech guru career, and the mom is a mixologist. And I kind of imagine that they're very opposites attract kind of personalities, that he's kind of a nerd and she's the little wild child that's always ready for adventure, but somehow they make it work. And their little toddler, of course, is just a little toddler. I can't remember her trait, but this is a 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom home with a kitchen, living, dining area, and there goes my little cool wall of windows. That really seemed to be something that would kind of add a little bit of architectural interest to the build. One thing, and that I've said before in my last 2 videos, building with a limited pack is not hard. In my opinion, there's a lot of fun stuff in base game. You might have to go through some swatches to find something that you really like, but I personally like base game. The hardest part about these types of builds, building starter homes, is the budget. I never build on a budget. My speed builds, I always just kind of go crazy and I don't even look at how much stuff costs. I just put it in there. And so building on a budget is really, really hard. Now, as you can see, we're pretty much done with the structure of the build, and I have about 16,000 simoleons left. I will admit that I did in the stream, I cheated and I gave myself extra money. And when I decided to redo this build, I really wasn't 100% sure how much money they started off with. So I just kept whatever they had, which was like, I think at the start was like 23,000 simoleons, which isn't that far off from a starter budget of a family of 3. Because I think you get 20,000 simoleons, and for every extra sim, you get 2,000. So 23,000 simoleons is not that far off. But now we are going to start working on the sort of the community living space. I put down that sort of terracotta floor with the little blue details just to add some interest to the builds, because one thing you'll find, especially when you're trying to build on a budget, is that things like artwork take up a lot of money. So if you can utilize the walls or the floors to add some interest to the build, do it. Because even in real life, having some sort of fun wallpaper or something can really reduce the cost of getting artwork that you might want to do. And so now I've put the kitchen up. I just used those very basic base game modern kitchen cabinets and stuff. And so now I'm utilizing these chairs, which I really like these chairs. The issue is they do look uncomfortable. I don't see myself ever sleeping on a chair like this, because I like to prop my head up on to the armrest, and as you can see, that armrest is made of wood. But other than that, like, this type of couch in my imagination is like waiting room couch. Like, this is the couch that you sit on when you're waiting for your doctor's appointment. That kind of thing. But I do set up the TV against this wall here, so when you walk through the front door, you can pass the TV to get into the hallway. Not uncommon, not unheard of with homes. And then I'll have my little tables and chairs set up. Now, one of the chairs I do move outside because, like I said, at least in my save file, who lives in this house is a toddler. So there's no real reason to have 3 chairs at the table because the toddler can't sit at the table. Now, I would love to know in the comments, are you someone that puts down the high chair? Because I learned a long time ago, the high chair is a waste of time. The high chair, it is a nightmare in my opinion, and maybe it's something that they have fixed throughout the years, but I stopped putting high chairs in my game because really your toddler sim can go up to the table, grab a serving of whatever they want to eat, and go sit on the couch and eat it. And that works just fine. Like, even now, my nieces and nephews who are toddlers, they'll sit at the table, but they're also allowed to go sit at the coffee table in their little plastic chair and eat. That would be so cool if we had that interaction in the game. But, dreamers can dream, right? And so I did change up the swatches to the seating because I wanted it to be a little bit more fun. I wanted to pull out that kind of fun attitude that I imagine the wife has. I put the little eating area outside. That way, if they invite more people over and have parties, which I imagine she would want to have parties, they can eat out there. I'm also going to be putting a bar out there. So if you decide to have your sim do a mixology career, they can practice making drinks. Now I'm working on the bedrooms. Not a whole lot that I can put in this space because it is quite small. But, I'm trying. There you see me moving or making things a little bit smaller just so I can squeeze a little bit more money out of the space and put a little bit more things. I think once you start getting down to 10,000 simoleons, panic sets in, because though that feels like a lot of money, it is not a lot of money. It is not a lot of money at all. So definitely panic was setting in a little bit. So I had to make sure I had enough money, especially to complete the bathroom, which I am going to have to put in a full bath because there is a toddler in this build. There I go, setting up the bar. So this will be a nice, cute little entertainment space that I think will look really cool. I have player tested everything, so when I put it on the gallery, it will be ready to go. Mostly because of this bathroom, because of how everything is so close. I wanted to make sure your Sims could, especially give your toddler a bath or just hop into the shower themselves. Now, I did have to put the toddler potty in the toddler's bedroom, which in my opinion is disgusting, but there was no room. And so maybe one thing I'll do before I upload it is I'll create a space that is like tile where the baby can go potty, because right now they have carpet, and so that way if the baby gets a little bit of mess on the carpet, it's okay because it'll be on tile. But yeah, now I'm just putting up some wall coverings. I'm trying to remember, because it has been a while since I've built this, how much money I'm left over with. Now, one thing I will do is I will utilize a lot of debug items for the landscaping. So we'll have that. But I think currently, yeah, I'm kind of like right now watching it with you guys, because it seems like I'm gonna pretty much get away with a lot. Like I said, it's been a minute since I've built this and done the voiceover and player tested it, so I can't really remember all that I've done in here. But let's see, video is about 3 minutes out. Some housekeeping items. I've started up my Twitch channel. I'm really trying to make a go of it. You can find me on Twitch, 25th and live. The easiest way to know when I go live is to follow me on Twitter, because I don't really have a set schedule. I just kind of stream whenever I can. I try to do morning streams, afternoon streams, and evening streams. So hopefully you could catch one live, and if not, as I said before, I will upload all of my streams to my second YouTube channel, 25th and live, because I know that Twitch doesn't keep your stream recordings on there for very long. I am still working on my Let's Build series. Really enjoying that. Please be sure to go check that out and comment down below. The newest one is my Let's Build a Hotel. So that's the one that I'm currently working on. And what else? I've got my LPs. I'm a year on Twitter, which is really exciting, and a year here making videos, which is really exciting. It's been a crazy year. I'm thinking about doing a video where kind of having me explain what life has been like as a content creator on YouTube. I think that would be a fun video to do. Just kind of sharing my thoughts and that kind of thing. I don't do a whole lot of those videos because I often just share my thoughts in my videos with you guys. So here you see me. I don't know what I added, but here you can see I have already started on the landscaping. I use a little bit of money. I'm down to 271 simoleons, but I am using some debug items to kind of bring a little life to this build. There'll be plenty of room for you to expand as your Sims get more money. I thought putting just little knickknacks and things like that would make it look more real. This is something, putting the aircon up top is something that you see in desert towns, but I am coming to the end of the build, so if you enjoyed it, please let me know by way of pressing the like button. Comment down below what do you think of the build, and if you haven't already and you want to see more content from me, please subscribe. I try to post every week, and as always, my name is Cece, and I promise never to break your game. Bye!
Send her my heart covered as a gift, and hope that you'll take it into her side.